Hello and welcome to the Boulevard Stadium, Hull, and to the 4th annual Yorkshire Television Trophy meeting. We can't promise you any summer sunshine, but we can promise you the thrills of Speedway, provided by a lineup fit for a world final. In fact, we have 3 world champions, hoping to lift that magnificent trophy you saw just a few minutes ago. England's reigning world #1, Peter Collins, 4 times champion Ivan Major from New Zealand, and Denmark's Ole Olsen, world champion in 1971 and 75. Only Major has previously won the Yorkshire Television Trophy, and that was 2 years ago. But he's joined tonight by the 1974 winner Phil Crump from Australia and the current holder, England's Dave Jessup. Now Collins and Olsen are among the assembled talent, hoping to add the Yorkshire TV Trophy to show cabinets already bursting at the doors. 3 world champions on the track and a 4th one beside me in the commentary box. I'm delighted to introduce one of Speedway's all-time greats, Barry Briggs, now retired from British League racing, but a particular favourite of the Hull fans after coming out of retirement to lead the team last season. It's nice to have you with us, Barry. Now, you rode in this meeting last year. You know the Hull track. What are your thoughts on tonight's meeting?
Well, it's a very, very open meeting. With all these stars here, it's very, very difficult to pick a winner. You get the current world champion Peter Collins, Ole Olsen, Ivan Major, Phil Crump. But I think that anyone that's going to have to win it tonight has got to beat the current record holder, Dave Jessup from Reading. And I think that the man that beats him will be champion tonight. But I think he'll be full stop to try to win it again.
What about the track conditions, Barry? We've had a bit of rain here today. Is that going to make things difficult?
Yes, Dick, the track looks in perfect condition. I had a shower early on this afternoon, but I think that can only help, and I think that it looks in probably the best condition I've seen it for a couple of years.
Coming up then for Heat 2 and the first to the line in the white helmet, Martin Ashby from Swindon. From the inside, though, it's Doug Wyer from Sheffield and the world champion, Peter Collins from Bellevue. And then on the outside is Mitch Graham from Hull. So here we go, Heat 2, and Peter Collins' front wheel rears there, he loses the chance, and Doug Wyer was first away, but look at that turn by Peter Collins, the world champion on the inside there. Wyer left the gate open, as they say in Speedway, and Collins went straight through it like a bullet. In second place is Wyer, and now challenging him and taking up second place is Martin Ashby, and at the back it's Mitch Graham from Hull. But Collins, after what looked a poor start, the front wheel lifting, has certainly made up for that, and look at that lead he's got now. On lap 2, in front of Martin Ashby, with Doug Wyer from Sheffield, who won the Skoll Masters Northern Championship only a few weeks ago, way back in 3rd place. Peter Collins has never won this Yorkshire TV Trophy, but he could certainly be in there challenging tonight. They've got 1 lap to go now. Ashby making a challenge there, but Collins, when he gets in front, doesn't make many mistakes. On the back straight now, on the last lap, Peter Collins from Bellevue, 23 years old, the reigning world champion. Martin Ashby second. Good scrap going on at the back. Oh, and there's a tumbler there. Mitch Graham comes off on the last corner, the Hull rider. But Collins wins. Ashby is second. And the Hull rider, Mitch Graham, trying very hard to come past for 3rd place. Came adrift on that last corner, hit the fence, but he's back on his feet. He's all right.
Yes, Mitch Graham on that one, he tried everything on the last corner. Dougie Wyer missed the corner. He didn't know that Mitch was on the outside and there was no room for Mitch, and he went in the fence, but luckily he was okay. But that race showed why England's Peter Collins was world champion last year. What a great first corner by Peter.
Heat 4 and the first up to the line. On the left of your picture there, the yellow and black helmet, is Ole Olsen, one of the great superstars of World Speedway. Been world champion twice, and he's after that title again in Sweden this year. Ole Olsen on the outside there, rides for commentary. 30 years old. Next to him in the white helmet is Terry Betts from Kings Lynn. He's 33, another very experienced international. Then it's Les Collins from Bellevue, the 19-year-old younger brother of world champion Peter. And on the inside, just about to come up to the start, Frankie Orfrit from Hull. Local rider here. But it's Olsen. Oh no, next to him it's Terry Betts who gets away ahead of Olsen there. But Olsen comes back on the outside now, takes step Betts on the back straight on lap 1. Great start by Betts, but Olsen had that little bit of extra power, it seemed, to come through to the front. And in third place is Orford, and in the back, Les Collins. In front then, Ollie Olsen, twice world champion. A rider that they hoped to get here at Hull last season at one stage, but he finished up at Coventry after a long career with Wolverhampton. And Olsen, another rider who would love to win this Yorkshire TV trophy for the first time. He's out there in front of Terry Betts, and it's the Hull man Frankie Orford in third place. No mistakes here from Olsen after being just edged out of the gate. There he goes, wearing number 13, but he's not going to be so unlucky tonight if he keeps riding like this. Olsen round that last turn, coming up to take the checkered flag. A comfortable win for Ollie Olsen, followed home by Terry Betts and then by Les Collins, who got past Frank Orford. Any comment on that one, Barry?
Yes, it shows that Ollie's out to win the championship tonight, and what a great first corner. Edged out of the start by Terry Betts. He made a very wide corner where there was a bit more dirt on the outside and made a perfect exit from the corner, and what a great win by Ollie.
On then to Heat 5, and Ollie Olsen having his second consecutive ride. He's had a bit of a breather after winning Heat 4 from the outside. This time he starts from the inside track, and it's also been a rather necessary breather for Chris Pusey, who's on the outside. He's coming up to the starting line there on the very left-hand side of your picture, having taken a nasty tumble on the back straight in his first ride. From the inside, Olsen, then Phil Crump, then Doug Wyer, and then Chris Pusey. Let's see how they go this time, and they're nudging the tapes a little bit. This time Olsen well down over the handlebars, gets a beautiful start, followed into that first turn by Phil Crump. Very wide indeed, Chris Pusey at the back. In third place though it's Doug Wyer, but the man in front, the man to watch, Ollie Olsen, here chasing his second consecutive win. He was only 0.2 of a second outside the track record in that last race, and let's see how close he gets this time. Olsen in front, Crump second, Wyer third, and Chris Pusey now has pulled up on the home straight, pulled out of the race. So only 3 men left in it now, and Olsen looking as comfortably in command now as he did in the last race, having made a perfect start from the inside. Olsen from Haderslev in Denmark, who's now got his own Speedway stadium back in Denmark, where they'll be staging the European Junior Championship, the first ever European Junior Championship, on Sunday. Last lap, Olsen in front from Doug Wyer, from Phil Crump and Doug Wyer, who's trying out a new bike tonight. Perhaps this Czechoslovakian bike proving a little bit too hot to handle. In third place, the winner Ollie Olsen first, Phil Crump second, and Doug Wyer third. And Barry, what do you think now of Doug Wyer, the way he's performing with this new machine?
Yeah, he's definitely in trouble, Dick. He's missing the corners quite badly, and in the first corner, unfortunately, Chris Pusey was on the outside and Chris hit the fence, another wallop, but I dare say he'll settle down to it, but another stylish win for Ollie Olsen.
Heat 6 then, and in this race we have young Les Collins, who will be coming up on the right-hand side of your picture very shortly. He's only 19 years old. He is the second of the famous Collins family from Lymm in Cheshire. World champion Peter's 23, then there's Les 19, who's joined Peter in the Bellevue team this year, and then there is Philip, who's only 17. He rides for Ellesmere Port. So let's see what young Les can do in this one on the inside. He's next to his Bellevue skipper Alan Wilkinson, with the ace of clubs there on the shoulder. Then next to him in white is Ivan Major, and then on the outside Martin Ashby, and it looks like a good start from Les Collins there, but into the lead goes Alan Wilkinson with Ivan Major on the outside, forced out a little bit there, lost some ground, and it's Martin Ashby who comes through to take up from Alan Wilkinson in first place. And Wilkinson goes wide, and he bites the dust there. He really caught the fence there on the outside of that second turn, the third turn. But he comes off. They're not going to stop the race. He's back on his bike. This comes off onto the grass, and it's Martin Ashby now with a big lead from Ivan Major, with young Les Collins at the back. But Alan Wilkinson there, it looked after that start as if he was really going to do something in this race, but trying a little bit too hard on the outside, and caught the fence. And now Martin Ashby is in the driving seat. Ashby from Major. Major, he lost his chance a little bit there. He was forced out on the second turn, and he's got a lot of ground to make up on this last lap. Les Collins just having to be content with third place. They go around the last turn now, and Martin Ashby's got this race well won. Martin Ashby wins, Ivan Major second, and Les Collins third. And perhaps, Barry, Ivan lost his chance there on that first turn.
Yes, very unfortunate situation. Alan made the start, went in too hard, caught up Ivan on the outside and left Martin with 3/4 of track to shoot through to get a win, but very, very unfortunate for Ivan because that point could be crucial for him.
Well, something's got to give in Heat 12. This looks like really being one of the high spots of the evening because we've got the two riders unbeaten so far, Ollie Olsen and Peter Collins. Ollie Olsen on the inside there, digging his toes in. He's wearing number 13, but it's brought him plenty of luck so far tonight. Ollie Olsen on the inside, then Graham Drury from Hull, then Alan Wilkinson from Bellevue, and on the outside, Peter Collins, also from Bellevue, but it's the world champion and one of the former world champions. A tremendous race of prospect here. It's Olsen who makes a superb gate. Collins was away badly there, and it's Wilkinson who tries to sweep through the gap into first place, but Olsen holds him off. And Collins back in third place now, being challenged by Graham Drury. And Collins is going to have to pull out the stops now here if he's going to get after the front two. It's Ollie Olsen, unbeaten so far, taking that pitch turn, followed by Alan Wilkinson. And Peter Collins is really having all his work cut out at the back to keep Graham Drury out, and Graham Drury's got past him. So Collins having a sticky time here, the world champion. His hopes of winning this Yorkshire TV Trophy for the first time seem to be disappearing here in the dust at the moment. But Ollie Olsen looks as though he's got this race won. Back in second place, Alan Wilkinson. And in third spot, Graham Drury from Hull. Drury now challenging Wilkinson. Really having a go this season, Graham Drury, a lad who never made it in the first division when he first tried with Halifax. Slimmed down, got himself going in this Hull side this season and got himself up to a 9-point average and really looking quite a rider. And here he is challenging again for second place. But Ollie Olsen takes the checkered flag. A very crucial win for him. Second, Alan Wilkinson. Third was Graham Drury. A great win there, Barry, for Ollie, but what happened to Peter?
Well, I think Ollie was a bit lucky. The luck of the draw. He had number one start again, and Peter was boxed out on that outside gate. But, you know, Ollie's smooth, and that's all he needed. And then Peter had a terrific race with Graham Drury, and Graham Drury beat Peter. But Olsen looks a very hot favourite at this point of the meeting.
Ollie Olsen now emerging as the clear favourite, unbeaten after 3 rides, and ahead of Martin Ashby and Ivan Major on 8, and Heat 14 looks like being quite something when Major and Olsen meet. Behind them, Graham Drury from Hull, riding very well indeed, and he's joined on the 6 points mark by Peter Collins. But at the moment, Ollie Olsen very much in command. Well, Heat 14 and the battle of the big guns, Ivan Major and Ollie Olsen, and there can't be very much that these two don't know about each other. Ivan Major's dropped 1 point, Ollie Olsen's unbeaten. Which way is this one going to go, Barry?
Well, I think, Dick, that Ivan's got probably the best start, number one, but I would think that if Ivan makes a start, I think we should watch that Ollie will try to slip round on the first corner. But also Jessop's now got his machinery working, and he's on the outside, and I think he'd like to put it across the both of them, but I think it's going to be a very, very interesting first corner.
Well, it's certainly going to be very interesting if Ivan can win this one and get back on level pegging with Ollie. That's Ivan Major, the New Zealander, on the inside. Then Ollie Olsen in the black leathers. Then Mike Lohman, the reserve, who's come in for Mitch Graham. And then the holder of this TV trophy, Dave Jessop, on the outside. But he's really lost his chance. And it's between Major and Olsen. And it's Olsen who makes the best break. Olsen goes into that first turn there. And Lohman is coming there to challenge Olsen. A very cheeky challenge indeed from Mike Lohman. And Ivan Major back in third place. But Olsen, a superb start, making full use of that first position, gets away. His helmet colour comes adrift now, but it's still Ollie Olsen definitely out there in front ahead of Mike Lohman, and now Ivan Major is going to have to make up ground. Major on the back straight now, challenges on the inside of Lohman. Certainly Lohman has surprised everybody. He's ridden very well indeed tonight. But Ivan Major now trying to get past him on the back straight, but Lohman stays there in second place. 2 Danes in front, Ollie Olsen and Mike Lohman. Major in third place. And Olsen's opened up such a commanding lead now that he's definitely on his way to another 3 points. That big race has not materialised. Major losing out on that first turn when Lohman was the one who cut back inside and surprised them and made the challenge to Olsen. Olsen taking the last turn now. Olsen coming round, and Olsen wins. That's his 4th win, and whatever Major tries, he can't make up and get to that second place. It goes to Mike Lohman. So Barry, really that big race didn't quite come off.
No, Ollie must have overheard us, Dick, but Mike Lohman is a big surprise packet tonight. He messed Ivan around it, but Ollie realised he had to make a start, a great start, and just pulled away. And it's going to, I don't know who's in Ollie's last race, but it's going to take a great rider to beat him tonight.
Well, he's got Martin Ashby, so that keeps the pot boiling if Martin wins his next one.
Ashby could put the pressure on him.
Heat 15, and the only heat winner so far coming up for this race is Alan Wilkinson in the white. He's the Bellevue captain, 28, comes from Ulverston in Lancashire, and certainly having one of his best seasons. Reached the British final last week, and with a little bit more luck with his engines might have gone a little bit further in the World Championship. From the inside though, it's Terry Betts from Kings Lynn, then Bobby Beaton from Hull, then Alan Wilkinson in the white, and on the outside Doug Wire from Sheffield. Let's see how we go with this one. On the inside it's Terry Betts, who makes a very good start. Certainly, as Barry was saying, that number 1 inside spot seems to be the one, but it's Alan Wilkinson who got through on that first corner. Betts left the gap, Wilkinson went through it, and he's out in front now, being challenged again by Terry Betts and Bobby Beaton, the Hull rider, closing up there. He's trying to get through into second, and this is beginning to look like a very good race indeed. But it's Wilkinson who, as I say, is having such a good season. But now Bobby Beaton's coming up to challenge. He's got past Betts, and Beaton is now trying to turn it on for the Hull fans here, trying to give them something to shout about. And it looks like a battle between Beaton and Wilkinson, but Wilkinson is hanging on. Round the corner, look at that sweep from Bobby Beaton. On the outside of Alan Wilkinson now, and tucked in third place, Terry Betts, and now another great drive round the outside by Bobby Beaton. Wilkinson holds the inside line, comes back across the centre of the track as they take the flag to start the last heat, the last lap. In fact, Wilkinson still holding off that challenge from Bobby Beaton, but I'm sure Beaton will make another one here. Now he does, roused by the Hull fans. He goes wide, he goes right round the board almost. Wilkinson holds him, comes back across again. Wilkinson wins, Beaton is second, and Betts third. A good race, Barry. Yeah,
it's a super race, and Alan had to run the race. Bobby was doing everything he could. I thought he was going out of the stadium a couple of times, but Alan made a very, very smart first corner after missing the start. He got straight back on the inside and got back up the inside of Terry Betts, and a very good race.
On then to heat 16, and the rider on the left of your picture, the first one up to the start, Frank Orfrit from Hull, wears glasses when he rides Speedway, and very keen match fisherman in his spare time. Next to him in the white there, just backing off a little bit, ready to doesn't want to come up to the line too early. Sometimes a sign of nerves with riders. They don't like to be left waiting there at the start. That's Graham Drury from Hull. And then it's Martin Ashby, who's got 8 points so far out of a possible 9, and coming up to join him on the inside with the spots on his sleeve, very distinctive spots, Chris Pusey. Martin Ashby, the one to watch second from the right, because he's in with a chance for this meeting. And as they go away, Ashby crouched over there, goes alongside Pusey into that first turn. Pusey makes a good turn. Ashby on the outside of him, gets out in front there down the back straight, as I thought he probably would do. Pusey in second place, and Drury in third, Orford fourth. That's as it is as they come round the corner to complete the first lap. Martin Ashby, he did everything right on that first corner. He just kept a nice straight line, got round, and there he is down the back straight on lap 2 in front, and building up a nice lead ahead of Chris Pusey and Graham Drury. Martin Ashby comes from Marlborough in Wiltshire, 33 years old. They call him Crash Ashby, and yet he's such a stylist, it really is an ill-fitting nickname. And yet somehow over the years, although he's ridden for England many times, he's never really had the success And yet now, behind him, coming through into second place, a terrific scrap there is this battling Chris Pusey from Halifax, and now there's been forced wide again by Graham Drury. Drury and Pusey having a great scrap there for second place. Ashby's certainly got the race won, but the race for second place is exciting this whole crowd. The Liverpool Express, Chris Pusey holding off the whole favourite Graham Drury. Ashby wins, Pusey second, and Drury third. So Martin Ashby still in the hunt, Barry.
Yes, and another smooth ride by Martin. I think that the big crunch now is coming when he races Ollie, and that's going to be a real good race, and it's going to be who makes it the first corner, I think. But Martin's still keeping his chance alive, and it's going to be a great race.
Well, Heat 19, and Barry, this is certainly going to be the one that decided, isn't it? With all due respect to the two whole riders, Bobby Beaton and Joe Owen, it's got to be Ollie Olsen and Martin Ashby to sort out this Yorkshire Television Trophy in this one. And neither of them has got the inside gate that you said has been to the advantage of the riders, so who do you think is going to get this one?
It's a very interesting situation, Dick. The last time we guessed what was going to happen, nothing happened at all. Ollie was first off from the pits. He come up, not only did he look at his own gate, but he had a good look at Martin's gate as well. And it looks as though he's going to pull it fairly close to Martin on the start and probably put Martin on the slick part of the start. But it's a very interesting race.
Well, there you can see Ollie Olsen in the white helmet, second from the left of your picture, and Martin Ashby from Swindon and England on the outside. The two riders on the inside are Bobby Beaton and Joe Owen of Hull. And it's between Olsen in the white and on the outside Ashby, and of course Olsen has already got the 1 point advantage. And Ashby's got to beat Olsen now, the chance of run off, and there it is, it's Olsen who flies from the gate, number 13 on his back into that first turn, challenged by Bobby Beaton of Hull. Bobby Beaton holds him, but not for very long. Olsen goes away. Ashby at the moment is back in third place, Beaton separating them, and that probably suits Olsen down to the ground. Beaton goes out there, he's going to try and make a challenge, but Olsen, he's in the position he wants, and the way he's been riding tonight, I can't see him making any slips at all. He's on his way to this Yorkshire Television Trophy, barring an engine failure. Martin Ashby didn't really make the start that he wanted. Bobby Beaton got in between them, sorted them out, and gave Olsen the room to get away. Going down the back straight now, Ollie Olsen, 30 years old, from Haderslev, Denmark. He was the first Dane to win any sort of motorsport world championship for Denmark. He's a hero over there, and he's quite a hero in England too. He lives in Holmes Chapel in Cheshire, rides for Coventry. And he wants that world title back, and tonight he's going to be satisfied with the Yorkshire Television Trophy. He's coming round now, the last corner. Ollie Olsen, the Great Dane, comes to take the checkered flag and to complete a 15-point maximum. Second, Bobby Beaton. Third, Martin Ashby. But it's Ollie Olsen with that helmet cover hanging off a little bit like a balloon who has won the meeting. And over to you, Barry.
Yes, a great winner. Ollie wins the Yorkshire Television Trophy, and that's got to get all his rivals a little bit worried with all the World Championship coming to a head in the next month. And I think that Ollie's a strong contender for this year's World Championship, and 5 immaculate rides tonight.
Well, the whole crowd certainly rising to Ollie Olsen. He's always been a favourite here. A great victory, his first victory in this Yorkshire Television Trophy, and certainly with a 15-point maximum, that's the way to do it. Well, with one race to go and the issue settled as far as the Yorkshire Television Trophy is concerned, the winner without a shadow of doubt, the Great Dane Ollie Olsen with a 15-point maximum, followed in second place by Martin Ashby from Swindon in England, who's ridden very well tonight and was in the hunt right until that last heat with Olsen. And a very good fighting third, Alan Wilkinson, the much improved Bellevue captain, riding a 4-valve Jawa for the first time and looking very comfortable on it indeed. And 2 former world champions, Peter Collins and Ivan Major, I'm afraid, out of the frame. Well, there we are. We've had a great night's racing here at the Boulevard, probably the best racing we've seen in the Yorkshire Television Trophy meeting over the last 4 years. And there on the right of your picture there was Ollie Olsen, the dashing Dane. Now coming forward, Alan Wilkinson from Bellevue taking third place, and he receives that trophy from Barry Briggs, the former world champion, who's been helping me so expertly with the summary. And there is Martin Ashby, a very popular rider from Swindon Robbins. He's finished second, but of course the one who's going to get the standing ovation from this whole crowd and that marvellous trophy that motorcycle expert Dennis Parkinson just presented there to Barry Briggs. Barry Briggs hands over to Ollie Olsen. the Yorkshire Television Trophy for 1977. A most deserving winner with a 15 points maximum. And that concludes our transmission here from the Boulevard. I'm sure you've enjoyed the Speedway, and from all of us here at Hull, good night.